we are not advising anyone to go to the Ukraine right now. It's probably not a great idea. Franklin said, isn't there a war going on there? How is it possible a marriage agency is still open? So Franklin, the one thing you got to keep in mind is, yes, there's a war going on. And when you see the media and the stories about the war, they're going to show the worst they can possibly show. Normally, they're going to show the fighting and all that. And yes, there is fighting. There's drones that come into Kyiv, drones that come into Odessa. But on most days and at most times, it's pretty much life is normal. These people are not in bunkers 24/7. They're going to school. They're going to work. They're going to restaurants. They are living their life still, even though there is a war going on. So you have to understand really how that works. And I've been involved in a lot of media stories over the years. And I saw where they had the Orange Revolution in the Ukraine, and the media was looking, making it look like it was the most dangerous, biggest thing in the world. I was there, and I was right next to a camera, and there was hardly anybody there, but they were trying to get them all riled up to make it look really bad. And I'm like, really? I'm right here. It's not that bad. Now, I am not saying that it's not a bad thing. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. This war in Ukraine is tremendously terrible. It is awful. And I absolutely do not advise anyone to go over. But we have had men that have gone over and have dated and have brought back fiancés. Okay, so it has happened. And if you are one of those men that really want to go, we do have staff there that can assist, but we don't recommend it. Okay, I really want to be clear about that, because I know people say, well, Adam's just telling everybody to go to the Ukraine, it's fine. Well, no, I'm not. And that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that the media has been known to hype things up from time to time. And so when you see something, you're going to see the worst usually, but you're not going to see all the people just quietly going to restaurants or going to work or doing something, because that's boring. And they're not going to show that on TV so much. So just keep that in mind. So how do you meet women around and in the Ukraine now that the war is going on? So, a couple ways. One is, and we do have some men that are going into the Ukraine. You can't fly in, but you can fly into Poland, you can fly into Moldova, and then you can take alternate transportation, buses, taxis, trains, things like that, and you can actually get to Odessa, you can actually get to Kyiv. Are we recommending it? Are we telling you that's a really great thing to do? No. But there are some men that just want to do it, and we do have people in Ukraine, staff there, and there's millions of people living there still, and women are there, and they are open to meeting. For the most part of Ukraine in those cities, it's life as usual. They're going to work, they're going to school, they're going to restaurants, they're going to bars, they're doing things, right? Yes, there's a war going on. Yes, it's terrible. And there's caution and there's all that, but life is going on. So again, we are not advising anyone to go to the Ukraine right now. It's probably not a great idea. But if you really are interested in going and want to meet, then you can talk to us and you can see how others have done it, and you see if it's something that you are willing to do. But it is a risk that you have to assess for yourself. Okay, enough said about that. Now, the alternative to going to the Ukraine to meet the women would be to meet them outside of the Ukraine. Some of the women from the Ukraine are already living outside the Ukraine, in Germany or Poland or Italy or places like that. Others who are in the Ukraine, if you have some kind of communication with them, a few letters maybe, or a Skype call or two, they may be willing, if they feel there's a connection, they feel there's some spark, they may be willing to get on a train or a taxi and do the 12 or 14 hour jaunt it takes to get outside of the Ukraine to Poland or someplace to meet you. Okay, we have had that. We've helped arrange those things. So that's a possibility, but it's just more work. It's more laborious than it used to be. Before, when you could just fly into Kyiv and, within a day you're meeting, 2, 3, 4 women easily. It's not that easy anymore because of logistics and how spread out everyone is. But it is possible. We have some men that are going to Western Europe and spending, a week there or 10 days there and meeting multiple women. but it is more difficult. It has to be thought out a little bit better, planned out a little bit better. And we can do that. We have staff that will help you do that if that's what you want to do. So we do have men meeting women in Ukraine and outside of Ukraine. And I think it's wonderful. If you can go to Poland or if you can go to Germany and you can meet some of these women, that's what we want to have happen. I would love to do another social in the Ukraine again, but obviously that's not going to happen until it's safe for everyone to go there and the war ends. And hopefully that's going to be soon. We can only pray. We are still considering trying to do some kind of a social event in Western Europe, maybe in Poland, maybe in Germany. And that's something that we're still talking about internally. And if we can make that happen, then we'd love to make that happen too, because we still want to give you guys and all these wonderful women the opportunity to meet in person as opposed to the calls all the time, okay, or correspondence. Much, much better to meet in person.
You too can experience the romantic adventure of a lifetime. Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Interested? Learn more at
ukrainesingles.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.